Earrings have been around for thousands of years, and even if today most are made for women, they were once mostly worn by men. In ancient times, the Egyptians, Romans, and Greek wore stone-encrusted earrings to show wealth and social status, while slaves and prostitutes were stuck with the plain ones. During the 13th century, the Catholic Church banned ear piercings, and as a result, earrings became popular amongst criminals and pirates. The history of these pretty precious things is as long and rich as people's love for them. If we look at earrings across millenniums and continents, many of the same types and fixtures that were used in antiquity are still around today. Pretty amazing, isn't it? So let's dive in and get you familiar with the major styles out there, together with a few historical fun facts. Studs. A stud is an earring that looks like it's floating on the ear, held by a thin post that goes straight through the ear. To keep the stud in place, it has a fixture in the back that's called a nut. In the early days in ancient Asia, studs were mostly worn by men as a status symbol. Today they come in an infinite range of shapes, sizes, colors, and designs, but your imagination as a designer is the only limit. The classics. No matter how much we love innovation and newness, classics always sell. Classic studs are usually very pure, letting the stones or the metal be the protagonists. Here are a few examples of classics revisited with a modern, edgy twist. I've never worked for a company that didn't put their first buck on classics. In every category, across earrings, bracelets, rings, and necklaces, every single season. The key is that you make them yours. While classics are great, so are cool designer pieces. Here are some awesome ones. Clusters. Just like cluster rings, cluster earrings have been worn for centuries. The initial classic ones were round or oval with prong-set round-cut stones in a halo around a central gemstone. In contemporary jewelry today, there are beautiful revisited classics and more irregular organic styles on the market. You've seen many and will see a lot more beautiful jewels from Fred Leighton in this course, so let me tell you a little bit about the brand. Fred Leighton has been a curator of vintage jewelry from the Georgian, Victorian, Edwardian, Art Nouveau, Art Deco, Retro, and contemporary eras for more than 40 years. Up until the 1970s, period pieces were unappreciated and often taken apart for their stones, which were reset in new designs. But Fred Leighton, who in the 1960s was the owner of a bohemian clothing store in New York, put an end to this by elevating the appeal of vintage jewelry and making it desirable. With great taste, Leighton focused his business on vintage jewelry, and soon his new Upper East Side boutique attracted international celebrities like Elizabeth Taylor and Jackie Onassis. The house also creates new pieces that draw inspiration from historical periods. Hoops. The oldest hoops discovered by archaeologists are in gold and date back to 2500 BC. You can imagine what an insane amount of history they have. Too much to tell in this course, but here are a few fun facts. In 1500 BC, Egyptians dressed their cats, their most sacred animal, with gold hoop earrings. Julius Caesar turned hoops into a status symbol during his reign over Rome. Centuries ago, pirates would wear hoop earrings to protect them from bad vibes, seasickness, and as protective talismans. When a pirate died on a ship, the earring helped to cover the cost of the body's transportation to land. In the beginning, hoops were round or ovalish, but with time they've morphed way beyond these shapes. Today you'll find incredible creations in an endless variety of silhouettes. Full closures. This is a really loved hoop, made exactly like it sounds, with a full closure. For most companies I've worked for, full closures have been one of their most successful types of hoops. Earrings with more voluminous shapes, like these in yellow gold from Verdura, sometimes have a finding in the back called omega, which holds the earring in a steady grip on the lobe. Hoops open in the back. Huggies. A Huggie is a small hoop that hugs the ear. They can be full closures or open in the back. Sculptural hoops. There are really special sculptural hoop shapes on the market today, with fluid or more geometric shapes. Hoops with pendants. One of the perks with pendants on hoops is the way that the earrings transform when removing them, offering 2 or more styles in one, like these. There are also fun styles where pendants dangle, fixed from the hoops. Crayola. A Crayola is a type of hoop where the design is displayed in front of the ear, with the end disappearing in the back. The opening for the ear is narrow, just enough to fit the earlobe between the front and the back of the earring. In a Crayola, the whole hoop is facing the front of the face. Drop-shaped earrings. Drop-shaped earrings have been around for thousands of years and are adored styles still today. While a drop earring could be a stud with a drop shape, most of the time when speaking about drop earrings, it's about styles with 1 or more pendants dangling from an earring top. These beauties are also called pendant earrings. These sinuous silver drops comes from epic Danish jewelry house Georg Jensen, founded in Copenhagen in 1904. They're famous for their quality, craftsmanship, and timeless design. The philosophy of Georg Jensen himself was to create designs possessing both functionality and beauty, a tradition that's still carried on by the company today. One of his mottos were, "Do not follow fashion, but be guided by the present." Two distinctive trademarks of the brand are their sculptural pure forms and Art Nouveau inspirations, reflected across the collections of home products, jewelry, watches, and more. Pendant earrings. Pendant earrings are sometimes also called drop earrings and are styles with 1 or more pendants that are dangling from the earring top. Chandeliers. This is probably one of the most glamorous of all earring styles, dating back to ancient Greece. It's been adored and adopted across countries and cultures all over the world for thousands of years. Chandeliers are usually ornate, made in several levels with components softly connected for a delicate movement. Earrings with chain links. Making earrings with chain links is a clever way to add movement and volume. Jewelers often incorporate their signature design in their earring silhouettes. People love movement in jewels, and links are fantastic for this. Also, with outlines, you can create larger volumes that don't weigh too much, with beautiful light looks. Door knockers. A door knocker is an earring with a hoop or post top that's fixed on the ear and has one or more rings that dangle from it, just like actual vintage knockers on old doors. Linear earrings. I love this style. Linear earrings can be stiff, modular, or made with soft chains and pendants. They can be basically anything you want them to be. Lengths vary a lot, from shorter to very long. The longest ones that touch the shoulder are called dusters and are usually made with soft movement for comfort. Linear earrings look great with different types of earring tops. The most popular ones are post tops, French wires, and delicate lever backs. Ear threads. This is a sleek and versatile type of earring, which has a slim chain that goes through the ear. Ear threads have a post that goes through the ear on one end and have one or more elements on the other end that serves as decoration, as well as ensuring that the earrings won't slide out. Leverback earrings. These earrings get their name from the special full closure top, with the back that flips open. Contemporary leverbacks derive from ancient Greek styles. There are lots of industrial versions available to buy as findings, but most fine and high jewelers make them personalized and fully integrated with the whole earring. French wire earrings. Also, French wire earrings get their name from their top, which is made with a slim S-shaped wire. Contemporary French wires have their roots in ancient Greek and Roman styles. Today's French wires comes in many shapes and sizes. Just like the leverback, some companies buy them as findings, while most fine and high jewelry houses make them personalized. Tassel earrings. The history of the tassel has biblical proportions, literally. Here's a condensed list of the major roles they've played throughout time and cultures. In Jewish beliefs, God instructed Moses to have the people of Israel make tassels to help them remember all their commandments and as a sign of holiness. The Catholic Church used tassels to show hierarchy between its members. In ancient Rome, tassels became a popular fashion statement to show off power. Mankind's need for status symbols has been around for a seriously long time. In Egypt, Tutankhamun used to wear tassels made of silk around his neck. At the time, silk was more expensive than gold. Egyptians used to attach tassels to their children's heads to protect them from bad spirits. In the Middle East, tassels were used as talismans. In 17th century France, King Louis XVI encouraged his people to decorate their costumes and homes with tassels. In the 16th century, a single tassel made from silk or gold and silver thread could cost the equivalent of $1,000 today. French Emperor Napoleon Bonaparte adorned his throne and bedchamber with elaborate gold tassels and trims, as symbols of prestige and power. In the Victorian era, magazines began to create fashion trends with tassels. Today, they're used as embellishments anywhere from accessories, clothing, interiors, and of course, jewelry. Ear cuffs. These are earrings with history that reach back almost 4,000 years. Let's have a look at the biggest milestones. The first ear cuff, called kaffa, was found in 2000 BC. It was designed to hug the curve on the outside edge of the ear, and because it put little weight on the ear, it could be worn in large and dramatic styles. Wealthy Greeks in 350 BC wore kafas as a status symbol. In India, precious ear cuffs date back at least to the 12th century, worn to weddings and important events. In Thailand, the kaffa became a trend in the 12th century and are today a component of their traditional costume. French jewelry houses in Europe were looking for something new and exciting in the 1800s, and happily adopted the ear cuff as a new trend. It quickly became popular and worn as a status symbol. French jeweler Marcel Boucher created the term earite. It was worn over the ear and clipped or pinned to the earlobe. Today, kaffas and earites are simply called ear cuffs, adopted by jewelry companies across the world and worn as a fashion statement. Ear jackets. The ear jacket has been a hot item on the jewelry scene over the last decade. So what defines it? Basically, it's a component that goes behind your ear, appearing under the lobe, attached in the back of your post-top earring. Mismatched earrings. Mismatched earrings aren't a new invention, but the trend really exploded in 2019. Important takeaways. Let's go over some additional key things to keep in mind when you're designing earrings. Comfort is key and an important factor. Try to always stay under 8 grams per earring. If you'd like to design larger shapes, there are several ways to do it without becoming too heavy. Here are a few examples. You can do it with hollow shapes, thin sheets of metal or stone, or with electroforming and tubing, which are 2 techniques where you can achieve very, very thin metal. We'll explore more about these techniques later on. People love it when earrings with multiple elements have movement. Fluidity always adds refinement and appeal. Great ways to join elements together are either with invisible pins or discrete jump links. Versatility is really appreciated also in earrings. Solutions like removable pendants or double-faced elements are usually a hit. Some earrings need a right and a left side if your design needs to be mirrored. Earrings don't always need to be sold as pairs. They're also great as singles. Some companies offer a variety of different singles for their customers to mix and match. More mature customers prefer to cover more of the lobe, since ear piercings tend to elongate with age. Make sure that any part of the earring that goes through the ear isn't thicker than 0.9 to 1 mm in diameter. This is a standard dimension for any regular earring piercing.